Welcome back to Duty's Daggers. My name is Kevin Duty, and today I've got a kind of a rapid fire video for you guys. I want to show you 5 knives that have come across my desk this month. Most of them, well, let's see. Yeah, 3 of them are loaners, and 2 of them I have bought. And most of them are getting sent back to their owners very soon, so I wanted to do a video showing you guys, kind of showing them off before I have to send them back. I have really nice subscribers that sometimes send me knives for me to check out, so I can take a look at things that I wouldn't otherwise be able to. So let's start off the list by saying please subscribe to the channel and follow me on Instagram too, duties_digs. Alright, first knife here is actually one that I got in a trade. This is an older model. Most of you probably recognize it. It is the Concept Fenrir. And you might not recognize this colorway because it is not available to buy. This I got in a trade from good old Tactical Terry. And he did an anode job on this titanium kind of reversed bolster here. He did a fantastic job. I didn't know he was this good at it. Really looks nice. It's kind of like purpley over here, more bluey over on this side. Really nice kind of fade to like almost like a straw color there on the back. Just looks really nice. But the knife itself is one that I've kind of been after for a while. I've always liked this design. It's just badass looking. S35VN blade steel. We have it's cool how they do this reverse bolster. So you can see it's full titanium liners. It's part of these bolsters here. So I guess it's technically a frame lock. I don't know what you'd call it. But it's awesome. It's unique. It doesn't look like any other knife. This G10 is really interesting. It's like kind of pitted, I guess. I'm not sure what the real technical term for that is, but it looks sweet. The pocket clip's great. The blade shape is really what kind of drew me to it initially. You got the choke up spot, and you have this little harpoon spot for your thumb, so you can get this really nice kind of pinching action between those two right here, and it just feels like you have a ton of control over the blade that way. Also, pinch grip's really nice. You can wrap your finger kind of right in that choil. It's sick, man. 2 deployments. We got the thumb stud, and we got the front flipper. Both work really nicely. Can reverse flick it fairly easily. No jimping wrapped around the top of the front flipper, but it's so tall that I very, very rarely slip off of that. It works nicely. The detent seems tuned well for all the deployments. Lock by axis is pretty good. It feels a little tight, but it's not much of a problem at all. Just a little bit tight. Love the stonewash. This should be a good slicer. I actually haven't done a cut test video with this, but I have done some cutting on it with it on my own time. But definitely a cut test video coming soon. Next, this is one. All right, so this is one that is also another older design, but one that I have just always wanted, man, and just never really, you guys know how it is. When you're really hankering for a knife, you don't have the money, and then when you do have the money, you're distracted by something else, and there's knives that you really wanted, and you can't have all the knives, so some just have to wait. And this is one of those for me. I've always wanted it and just never quite made it happen. This is the Wii. What is it? It's the Wii freaking Ferrum Forge design. Mini Malice. It's the Wii Mini Malice. Duh. This is sweet, dude. This is the first time I've ever handled a titanium button lock. There's not a whole lot of those around. They're mostly aluminum, stainless steel, G10, micarta. Not a whole lot of my titanium button locks. And let me tell you, it feels different. It just feels a lot more solid, a little more metallic-y sounding. I don't know if you'll be able to tell in the video audio, but it's not quite a ting. It's more of like a kind of a metallic-y sound when you flip it. This is a really great design too. It's a smaller knife, but it feels so much bigger because of this roomy finger choil. just unbelievably comfortable, man. These are not completely contoured scales, but this chamfer is really wide and kind of gradual, so it's almost fully contoured, and it feels like it is, man. Really unbelievably comfortable. Don't feel the clip at all. It's a milled titanium clip. I just really love the design. Um, you can reverse flick it too, and the detent is pretty strong, dude. I gotta say, sometimes if I'm not in the right spot for reverse flicking, sometimes it's so strong that I actually am not able to flip it. It's that strong. Pretty crazy. I'm used to, button locks being mushy for the most part. Um, this one flips really nicely. Super smooth action. You can let it bounce or, let off at the right time. And just, let it land solidly in the closed position. I haven't been able to cut with this because it is a loner. It seems like it'll cut really well, though. It feels pretty thin behind the edge. Pretty thin blade stock. Almost a full flat grind. I think it'd be a really useful blade shape. So one of these days I'll own that. I'll own that thing. All right. Next, one that I bought, and the knife that I've been absolutely obsessed with ever since I got it recently, and that is the Quiet Carry 9. I have been waiting for this knife for like 6 months, waiting for them to restock them. And they finally did. It was a small drop, and I was able to get one. But if you missed out, don't worry, because they are doing a restock in the next couple months, and it'll be a much larger amount of them. So you should be able to get one then. This is just plain carbon fiber inlay. They had some different ones with color options for the carbon fiber, and I prefer plain. I think it looks really, really nice. This milling here is absolutely incredible to look at. Just imagine the size of the end mill needed to get such a fine pattern. That's just nuts. It's on both sides. I'm gonna do a full review on the knife, so I'm not gonna get super in depth here, but it is just absolutely incredible all around. The action, insanely snappy, extremely smooth, makes some of the best sounds I've ever heard from a titanium frame lock. And I am not kidding. It's everything about it is amazing. Ergonomically, incredible. Great cutter. Just did a cut test video with this guy. Good sharpening choil. Great lock bar access. Perfect. Absolutely perfect clip. This is how a pocket clip is done. It's mounted perfectly. It's shaped perfectly. It goes in and out of the pocket perfectly. Just incredible. I literally have nothing bad to say about this knife. I have one thing that would be cool if they changed, but it's really not that big of a deal and not nearly enough to make me dislike the knife. Not even close. This is a banger. Next, I was sent this knife, the Kunwoo Chad, to do a cut test with and to take a look at. So big thanks to, I get sent so many knives. I forgot your name, man. I'm sorry. But big thanks to you for letting me check this out. This is from Kunwoo, and they were using some crazy blade steel in this one. This is PM60 blade steel, and I was able to do a cut test with it. It was which was awesome, because I've been dying to try this stuff out, and turns out it's really good. It performs pretty similar to Maximet. It's not corrosion resistant, but very high edge retention, very hard steel. And it cut very, very well and held a very, very sharp edge for a very long time. But the knife itself also is great too. This is an orange peel titanium scale. Actually, I guess it's the scale and the liner. Is there liners in there? Yeah, there are liners in there too, actually. We got this nice micro milling all around the chamfer there. It's their axis lock, which I really love the tabs that they use on their bar locks. They're just really nice and comfortable and easy to grab onto, and they look really good too. Clip that works nicely. Milled titanium thumb studs, which I'm not a huge fan of, but they are really comfy and definitely aren't an issue as far as using them goes. Pretty good sharpening choil. I think, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty good. A couple sharpens before you're going to start thickening up there, so that's fine. Totally straight edge here. Sheep's foot blade. Well, I guess that could be technically a worn glyph, but yeah, who knows. Um, yeah, just I love the dark stonewash on the blade. I mean, look at that. That's one of my favorite blade finishes. So nice. Not much of a detail on this guy. You know, it's a crossbar lock. Crossbar locks don't really ever. This one just especially a little bit lackluster in the detent department. Um, Same with every Kunwoo I've tried. So it's just a thing, um, and it's fine. You can totally easily kick it out. Really smooth action. Very very free swinging blade there, and yeah, it's a badass knife for sure. And lastly, maybe the most wicked knife on the list here today, and that is the Null Voodoo. Another one that was sent in to me, into me to check out. And I'm so happy I finally get to handle this thing. You know, I've been eyeing it forever, and there was a drop recently. I wasn't able to get in on it, sadly. But a lot of you guys were, and one of you decided to send it in for me to drool over. This thing is just crazy, crazy wicked, man. Just so badass. And I got to do a cut test with it, and let me tell you, it did really good. The way they did this tip right here, you know, it's a sheep's footy, Warncliffey blade, but we have more of a point here than we kind of would expect. And that creates a very precise kind of draw cut action there. I mean, just think about how precise that tip is going to be as you're, you know, making turns on a, you know, utility cutting cardboard, whatever you're doing. Just a super precise tip. Really nice hollow grind here. Gosh, the blade just looks fantastic all around. You know, everything from this deep swedge they got there to the titanium thumb studs to this little milled out pocket there. Gosh, just so cool. The handle flows with the blade so well. The whole thing is just, it's designed impeccably well. Um, Love the clip. We have a, you know, obviously a micarta cover here, titanium bolsters. I love this kind of textured pivot. It looks really good. I love everything about the knife. Lock axis is great. It's very smooth. Great detent. Really easy to reverse flick using either the thumb stud or the window here, or the, you know, the pocket. You can flick from that as well. Excellent ergos. There was one small hot spot I noticed when I was choked back, and that's this little ridge right here. My pinky was kind of feeling a hot spot right there, but only when I was really gripping the knife, pushing through material. Aside from that, I didn't notice it. And when you're choked up, it's a non-issue because at least my hand size, I'm in front of that little notch. So really nice choke up spot, and choked up, your thumb kind of hits right on that little poon area. It's just excellent. I could go on and on about it. I'll probably do a full review of it before I have to send it back, but excellent knife. I hope to own one someday. And that's it. Thanks for watching, dudes. Please like the video before you leave. I would appreciate it, and I will see you next time. Adios.